How did you use new media technologies in the construction and research, planning, and evaluation stages? Well, when filming my trailer, I used my own camera, which was the Speed 120Z camera. I found this camera better than using the college's camera because rather than having a tape, connecting the camera to a laptop, then playing it back to get the footage I want onto the system, my camera was digital, so all I had to do was take out the SD card where the footage was saved on and just export it to my laptop, which was quicker and more efficient because I wouldn't have had to worry if the tape was damaged or if I had recorded over previously recorded footage. Since the camera was mine, I didn't have a deadline where to return the camera, which allowed me more time to plan my shots and where I was going to shoot. The camera is also very light and has a stabilizer, which helped because when it came to doing handheld shots, such as point of view shot, the camera wouldn't shake as much but would still look naturalistic. I used a variety of shots in my teaser, such as long shots, mid shots, over the shoulder shots, etc. I used some of these shots because I, as a director, like to explore a variety of shots to make the film look more effective and still have a horror movie-like feel to it. I also use a tripod to hold some shots steady or to track the actor in the film. This was effective because it allowed me to make the shots feel realistic and not like I just had it in my hand. I also took pictures of sets and locations with my 12 megapixel Sony Cybershot camera. This helped me a lot because I was able to show my actors the locations I wanted them to be in and what it would look like to see if they would be able to work in such environments. Also, by using my own camera, I was able to upload images at any time, and also I would need to draw a storyboard because I wouldn't been able to take pictures of the set. Since I like to make my own home movies, editing the footage didn't take long because I had my own software, which I which I have on my Mac, which is Final Cut Pro, which I thought was better. I mean Adobe Premiere, which I thought was better than using Final Cut Pro because I already know how to use it. And since I was doing it at home, I wouldn't have to stay in college every day just to edit the video because I would have been able to edit it and upload the video straight to Blogger straight from home. Though I did have problems importing the video onto Adobe Premiere because since I bought the camera from America and the software I was using was British, Adobe had trouble converting it from NTSC to PAL, so I tried editing it on Final Cut Pro, but I seemed to have the same problem. So I went to one of my fellow associates' house who came from America and I knew he had the American version of Sony Vegas on his laptop. It took a long time to resolve, but I was successful in the end. Another reason why I didn't want to edit it in college was because the college computer had blocked some sites such as Facebook. Also, with the Macs at college, I came across a problem with the Blogger website itself, as it wouldn't allow us to upload more than one picture at a time. This made the editing process much longer. With using Sony Adobe Premiere, I found the editing to be quicker and more efficient because it was simple to use and it had a preview screen where I could see the editing I had done and whether I'd liked it or not. To create my title, I used Adobe After Effects, which I'd already had knowledge of the basics, but I still watched tutorials to see how to make the most effective title, and this was achieved after a while, after many attempts. I also got the audience to participate with the making of my teaser by telling me which title they prefer to see in the final product. I had already had After Effects and I found it more effective to use than Motion because I had never used Motion before, so I didn't want to waste my time learning it, which would waste more time after I knew how to use After Effects. After Effects helped me a lot because once I had the hang of it, it was quite simple. I used Photoshop for both the poster and my magazine front cover. At first I had trouble using it because I hadn't really mastered it, but with the help from my friends and tutorials, I was able to create the poster and magazine front cover I have now from scratch. For my poster, I edited several images and asked my fellow workers which they preferred and eventually decided on an image. I edited them by darkening the color of the clouds and adding more contrast. This made the colors darker and scarier, which would appeal to horror fans, and I felt this made the image a lot scarier. For the poster, I took a picture of myself and got images from Google, such as a skeleton, to make the image look like a possessed person. Also took images of a dirty rock to give the image a dirty, rugged look. The mask is a symbol in the narrative of the film. I therefore felt it's important that it was represented in auxiliary task. It's the iconography of the evil side of the antagonist. I made the outlines of the image slightly more blurry to make it look less like a mask. This keeps the poster ambiguous and intriguing for an audience. I used Fruit Loops to create the music for my trailer. due to the copyright on other sources such as YouTube. Since I was also a beat maker, I found it easier than GarageBand because Fruit Loops already had its pre-composed sounds, and all I had to do was put them together. All I did was look at other horror movies to see which kind of sounds would be the most effective to create.